Hi guys, welcome to another Divi theme video. This is Jamie from System 22 and webdesignandtechtips.com. Well, this is another in our series of Divi for Beginners video, and we've got an animated gallery for you today. Really eye-catching and really easy to do. If I scroll down, you're going to see some images roll in from either side of the screen there. They're going to form up into a little grid. And of course you can roll over, you can pop them out into a light box, whatever you want to do with your images. Scroll up the screen, they're going to stay there and just disappear. If we scroll down, they're going to do the opposite, go back to where they were. No coding involved in this today at all. Well, just using the inbuilt scroll effects of the Divi theme itself, really easy to do. So let's get started. I'm going to enable the visual builder. Once enabled, let's go down to where we want to work, and we'll delete this section that I've got going on here with the gallery in it. Blue tab for the section, and hit the trash can. Great. We'll go to where you want to put your gallery. It's important you have a little bit of scroll room there, or else it's not going to work if you can't scroll. So let's go between these two sections here. We'll add a new section. Click on either of the sections. Little blue buttons are going to appear. We're going to click on that. Going to add a new section. I'm going to make it a regular section. I'm going to throw 4 columns in mine. Obviously adjust yours to taste. And we're going to use an image module for this today. There we go, right there. Once you've got your image module up, let's choose an image. Let's just roll this up a bit. Throw an image in. Now down below you can decide whether you want to link it to something or whether you want it to open in a lightbox, which means it pops out into a larger version of itself. I'm going to leave the lightbox option on there. I'm not going to adjust anything else. What I'm going to do now is save that. I'm going to clone it or duplicate it a couple of times. To do that, just roll over the module, click on it. 2 little squares there, and you can do this with modules, you can do it with rows, and you can do it with sections. Just click on that to duplicate it. I want 4 of them, so I'm going to duplicate it 3 times. Just drag it over to where you want it. And we'll do the same for these here. It doesn't matter which one you drag over, they're all identical. And finally there, great. Well, for my gallery today, I really want a grid. I want these things touching each other. And I want to lock them down into different rows that are touching. I've got a bit of space around here. I've got some guttering here also, which is the space between them. We can adjust this really easily in the row. Just click anywhere on the row. Go into the green tab, into the cog. If we go over to our design now, I'll just move this over here. We'll go to sizing. We can use a custom gutter width. We switch this to on, drag the slider all the way down the left. You'll notice that those images are now touching. There's no gutters, there's no space between them there. But while we're in this row, I noticed we had a bit of space top and bottom. If I put a background in, you'll see. Background's always under content. Let's just throw a red background in. You can see we've got a bit of space top and bottom. I don't want that because, like I say, I want to lock these rows touching each other. So to get rid of that space, we can go into our design here. Spacing. That's what they call padding. We've got top and bottom here. If we put a 0 in, just put the 0 in, it'll put the pixels in for you. Hit the chain, it'll do the bottom side. Fantastic. Let's get rid of that red color we had in there. Just hit the little trash can. Great. Well, now we've got our first row. I'm going to duplicate it 3 times because I'm going to have 4 rows on mine. Obviously adjust yours and have as many or as few as you want. To duplicate it, we know how to do that. Click on it, go into the green tab this time for the row. Again, 2 little squares. Great. So when you're happy, we can animate these now. So my first row, let's go into it. And what we can do here, we can go over to Advanced and Scroll Effects. And we can make this slide in from wherever we want. I'm going to use horizontal motion for this today. So click on horizontal motion. Hit the little switch that says Enable Horizontal Motion. Now when we scroll in, I want it to come in from the side and then go to the middle. But I want it to be there about halfway or just above halfway of our site. So we've got a viewport here, viewport bottom. That's obviously the bottom of the screen. Viewport top, funnily enough, is the top of the screen. And we can tell it what to do in between. Well, I want mine to be fully visible or right in the middle at about 60%. So I'm going to put a 0 up here, which would be central. I'm going to drag this down to about 30%. I'm going to take this side down to about 60% to make sure that it's going to be central when it gets 60% up the screen here, which should be about where we are now, maybe a little bit lower. And I want to put this one in the middle, about 30%. And I'm going to make this, let's make it a huge number like -20, -20. Then we'll say perhaps -10 and 0. If I scroll down the page now, watch what happens. Let's move this over to the side here. See, it's disappeared off to the left-hand side. When I scroll up the page, it's going to scroll in from the left-hand side there. It's going to lock in place about 60% up the screen here at 60%. And we can roll it back up the page here. Now, once we're happy with that, what we can do is go up to the top to where it says scroll effects here. I can right click on it. I can say extend scroll effect styles to all rows, 1, 2, 3, 4, within this section. So I'm going to say throughout this section. That's great. Well, it's done it, as you can see, and it's offset these here. So we need to adjust these just a little bit. But we need to adjust most of these anyway, so that's no problem. Let's go into our second row here, because our first row is okay. I'm going to go into our second row, back to our scroll effects over here. I'm going to reverse the position of this. So instead of -20, we've got +20. This will make it come in from the different sides. So just delete the negative value in there. Now when we scroll down, got one coming in from the left, one coming in from the right. These aren't getting there quite quickly enough. So let's just adjust our top level on these. Really easy to do. If we go in this, we're in our third row now. I'm going to go over to my scroll effects, to my horizontal motion. Let's just scroll it down. We want it to be fully across by the time it gets here for sure. So let's maybe take this down to 40% and take this down to 20. So let's do that. 20. And if I take this down to 40, that should line that up. And just adjust it to taste with what you've got going on there. That's plenty. Or we can copy this. Just right click again. Copy horizontal motion. We can now go into our next one. And we can simply paste it in there. And just remove the negative value. So in the fourth row, over to advanced, scroll effects. Let's go into a horizontal motion. I'm just going to right click on it. I'm going to say paste horizontal motion. That's done it. But we want to go in there. We want to flip it the other way so it comes the other way by deleting the negative values there. Just delete that minus sign. That should do it for us. Let's roll down now and see what we've got. We've got this one coming in from the left, this one coming in from the right, the other one coming in from the left, another one coming in from the right. Should lock into the place before they disappear out the top. Perfect. And of course, all we need to do is go into our images now. Click on the image. Change it out for a new one. We just go through, do that to all your images. I'll pause the video, no point you watching me do this over and over again. Let's just save our changes here. Fantastic. I've just changed my last one out there and we've got a nice little image gallery grid right here. And this is obviously going to work best if your images have all got the same aspect ratio. Great. Well, let's check this on the front end. I'm going to save draft. We'll exit the visual builder. Here's our little hero section we built yesterday. I'll just let that load. And if we roll down, here's our little gallery. First one sliding in, second one's coming in from the other side, third one sliding in there, fourth one sliding in, locking into place before it goes out of view at the top there. And of course you can click on them, pop them out into a light box. Or if you prefer, you can link these things. But that's a nice little feature. Roll back down. It's going to go out the same way. And that's guaranteed to get people's eyes on your gallery if something like this is happening. And it'll work just as well on tablet and mobile if I hit my F12 key. Here we have it on an iPad. If I roll down, they're going to scroll in. They've doubled them up, but it still works perfectly and they're scrolling in and out. On a phone, they're going to be singles, but they will scroll in from either side in groups of 4. Let's have a look on iPhone 12. Here we are. We roll down. Our little images are going to come in groups of 4. Other ones are going to come in from the other side. And the other side. And the other side again. And like I say, that's going to get people's attention pretty quickly on phone, tablet, or mobile. Let's go back to our desktop site. So there we have it, guys. I hope you've enjoyed this today and found it useful. If you have, please give it a thumbs up, ring the bell, comment, share, and subscribe to the YouTube channel. Don't forget, if you have any questions, pop them down below. I'll do my best to answer them for you, or make a little demo video just like this one. Once again, this has been Jamie from System22 and webdesignandtechtips.com. Thanks for watching. Have a great day.